Hello, it is Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. I'm Chris Bremo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving a midweek, mid-difficulty crossword, and I can see some circled cells poking through the gauzy privacy veil, redolent of a theme. We'll find out what that theme is momentarily, and this midweek themed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Mike from Vermont, Dre, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster, and the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Self Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They do bring us this series and sustain this channel day in, day out. For that, I'm very grateful. Thanks to those four, and thanks to everybody who's a patron of the channel at any level. If you'd like to become one yourself, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve or via the description field link, where you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as for benefactors, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thanks again to all the patrons. And thanks as well if you subscribe on YouTube, which is a big help. It's also a help to like the videos, to comment from time to time. Those things all pitch in. And finally, you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server via the description field link. It's a nice, friendly chat community over there, so do check it out. And now let's get on to today's crossword by Hal Moore, who has constructed around 10 puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited once again by Joel Faliano. It's a Wednesday crossword, so it'll have a theme. Let's find out what it is, and let's start solving. Warts and all. So if you sort of accept something warts and all, you accept it fully, or I don't know. Could also actually just be referring to the category of thing that warts are, and then this would end in an S probably. Moment, informal. Yeah, could be a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a moment. So warts and all. So what would these be? I don't know. Long, easy stride. I think lope is the word that comes to mind to me for a long, easy stride. You could say, oh, he's loping along. He has got a long, easy stride. Duchess of blank. Goya, subject. Oh, this is familiar. Duchess of I don't know. I can't think. That's really frustrating. You've convinced me. Is this an E? Warts and all. Sorry, for some reason I think this starts with E, but I don't know if that's warts and all. Errs, like errors? I don't think so. Sorry. Anyway, you've convinced me. I guess also I'm not, these circled cells could be doing something. They could be sort of, well, no, they couldn't. Well, I was going to say they could be changing the direction of the answer or something, but lope is fitting in there in exactly 4 letters. I guess I don't know that that's correct. Like much Cajun chicken. Oh, spice something here? Spiced or spicy or spiced hot, maybe? Don't know. You've convinced me. No idea what that is. Device identifier in computing. Oh. Maybe this is an IP address? Which isn't necessarily, I mean, I guess it is a device identifier. It's not necessarily a fixed one for most people. I'm fairly confident that's correct, though. Warts and all. Boy, I don't know. Sprinkle in, to add something is to sprinkle it in. Oh, Duchess of Elba. Okay, that's what it is. That's the Goya painting. Okay, so then what about this? Warts and all. That doesn't help me at all. IP addresses is maybe wrong? And what do I think is going on with these circles? Is it Alps, like the mountains? Like much, oh, yeah. Like much Cajun chicken could be blackened, sort of seared, so that you've got that really nice, crispy, charred skin. That could be it. You've convinced me. Warts and all. Oh, yeah, I feel I must have something wrong. Or I don't understand something about the theme. Which is also possible. It's so strange because the rest of this all seems correct. Sorry about this. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's look over here. Drug, that's Oh, wait a second. Is it Alba, not Elba? For some reason, I was maybe confusing it with the island where Napoleon was first exiled. Warts and all, as is. That's right. That's right. Duchess of Alba, sorry. Yes, that's what it is. Okay. And sold. You've convinced me. Sold. Okay, this is all correct. There's nothing to do with the theme. Or it may have something to do with the theme, but it's so it does look like Alps, doesn't it? Okay. So is this going to be also a mountain chain, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Singer and activist Horn, Lena Horn, an actor and activist. Drug that's dropped LSD. You could drop LSD. Pyrenees. Yeah, that is a mountain chain. Okay, so there we go. We've got the Alps and the Pyrenees, both European mountain chains. Interesting. It's interesting that there are only two of them. So presumably this is going to be referred to elsewhere in the puzzle as part of the theme. But I don't know. Don't know how. If you didn't just think something, you knew it. Prez's proxy. So a president has a vice president who sometimes serves in their stead as their proxy. Formally reject would be to veto maybe a bill that's going through a legislative body, for instance. You sort of reject it. Aerobic exercise option, step something? Yeah, okay, because like a quarter moon tide, neap tide. To be honest with you, I don't know if I would have remembered that the neap tide is specifically the quarter moon tide, but there we have it. Aerobic exercise, well, it says like a quarter moon tide. So that's neap as an adjective. So there could be more, I suppose there could be more than one tide that qualifies as that. Probably embarrassing that I don't know this, but I don't know the mechanics of that system. Aerobic exercise option, right? Okay, so what is this? Step lunge? I don't know. I'm not sure. Take in as a breath. You could draw breath. Take in a breath. That doesn't look good. Oh, thought-provoking is deep. Oh, I misspelled Pyrenees. Sorry about that. That must be the case. Okay, so 90 degrees say. Some whiskeys. You could have rye whiskeys. There we go. That's one kind of whiskey, or one category. 90 degrees say, oh, east. I see. So it's 90 degrees on a sort of compass, for instance, would be pointing towards the east. Okay, group of two. A dyad, a group of two. Supposed to say a monad or a triad for 1 and 3. What memories are recounted in? Memories are recounted typically in past tense. You're describing something that has already occurred. Rotation measurement is revolutions per minute, very frequently, RPM. And prescription writers are MDs, medical doctors. There we go. Box filled with bags. Don't know. One is eschewing rose-tinted glasses. A pessimist or a cynic or a realist, maybe. Right, okay. So you don't necessarily need to be perceiving things as worse than they are, but you're avoiding perceiving them better than they are. React like a startled horse. Startled horse might rear up on its hind legs. Mailed is sent in, maybe, or sent in, probably. You mailed something, you sent it in, you posted it. Huskow. I think that's a slang term for a prison, or a slammer, for instance. You know, the can or the clink. Aerobic exercise option. Step class. I don't think I'm familiar with that, but it looks like it's correct. Tuscan red wines. Are Chianti's Tuscan? Wine, another thing about which I'm not extremely educated. Let's see. That looks reasonable. Let's try this. Actor Liu. Oh, yeah, Simu Liu is an actor's name I certainly recognize. Most reserved. So the most reserved person could be the shyest person. Do I think this is an I or a Y? I think I've seen this spelled both ways. Where many Penobscot and Passamaquoddy live. That must be Maine. So these must be native peoples of Maine. And many stuffed cat toys are... Not sure. Not sure what we're looking for there. Segment of this puzzle's race. Oh. So is a race through the Alps and the Pyrenees? That must be what it is. Sorry, annoyingly, I'm not sure what we're looking for. Pardon me in Pisa. Scusi would be pardon me in Italian. And so Pisa is just serving as an indicator of the Italian language. Nuisances. Pests, maybe you're being a nuisance, you're being a pest. Baking abbreviation is a teaspoon. Many stuffed cat toys. Oh, I see. They're toys representing mice, for the cat to play around with and, I guess, pretend to kill. Segment of this puzzle's race. Oh, time trial must be. Okay. Oops. Okay, literature novelist born in French Algeria. That is Camus, Albert Camus, who also wrote stories set in Algeria. Typical ending point for this puzzle's race. Oh, is it the Champs-Élysées in Paris? Is it the Tour de France? Come On, Feel the Noise Band, 1973. I don't know. There is a band, Slade. I don't particularly know well, but could be. Let's just try it and see. Summer Refresher, Aid. Okay, there we go. Like lemonade or limeade. I bet that's right. Scottish John. Well, Ian is a Scottish form of the name John. Composer Rorem. Oh, Ned Rorem is a composer. So caught some congers, right? Congers are eels. So you eeled. You went fishing for eels. And Cloris Blank, Emmy-winning actress on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Ooh, this is a name I will recognize. And Cloris is such a distinctive, at least these days, it's a distinctive enough given name that I actually do recognize this overall actor name, but I can't remember what it is. Cloris, oh, that's so annoying. In the manner of Allah from the French for to thou or of the. Facade, if you're putting up a facade, you're putting up an act. You're sort of putting on airs or a bit of a deception. Mourned to death in Judaism, you sat Shiva. The sort of a, I don't know, kind of an extended wake, I suppose, in Judaism. Oh, Cloris Leecher or something. It's something like this. Cloris is something like that. I think this is going to be a C. Hard patterns to break, or a punny description of the climbs up the circled letters. Right. Oh, something about cycles. So negative cycles, hard patterns to break. Or a punny description of the climbs up the circled letters, or the climbs up the Alps and the Pyrenees. I don't know. Not sure. Book in a biblioteca. So this is a library. Libro? Something like that. Could be Libra. Libro? Let's see. I'm not sure this is right. Little twerp. A snot, maybe? Okay, yeah, maybe it is Libro. I'm not sure. So a sort of mischievous child. Brings in, yes, if you bring in money, you earn it. So there we go. And then fire remnant is an ember. Okay, good. So Libra is correct. Okay, good. So occasion is the event, right? A particular occasion, a happening, an event. And SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes COVID-19. So yes, there we go. We're all very familiar with that. Okay, hard patterns to break, or a punny description of the climbs up the circled letters. Still not sure. What about this? Wound stinger or wound stinger, I guess it could be, depending on what this is getting at. That makes me think that sent in is wrong. I have the wrong word there. Mailed. I mailed you a letter. I sent to you a letter. Yeah, it could be sent to. It could be. Wound stinger or wound stinger. Food informally. Eats. Eats is a way to refer to food, simply enough. Box filled with bags. Oh, tea caddy or something like that? Yes, you could have a tea caddy full of tea bags. So to say box full of bags, literally. So what is this wound stinger? Oh, salt. Right. Okay. So I was trying to think of something related to, I don't know, a wasp or something. I don't know. But no, it's salt literally stings when it comes into contact with an open wound. Okay, went against the word, and the word is capitalized, which makes me think it's being used in a religious sense. So sinned, probably committed a sin. Wrongdoing. All right, hard patterns to break, or right, vicious cycles. Right, okay. The climbs up the circle of the icy. So the the bicycling climbs up the Alps and the Pyrenees would be vicious. They'd be vicious climbs, vicious cycles. That's what it is. Okay. Loan shark's business is usury. So a loan shark is someone who lends money at a very high usurious rate. So they're engaging in usury or, you know, undue profit. Base boss, informally, a sergeant, could be the boss of a base, I suppose. Military base. 3-week bike, there we go. 3-week bike race, such as the one featured in this puzzle, a grand tour. There we go. Okay. This did feel like what it was coming to, although I guess we're not naming the specific race, and at least I don't see anywhere we are. No. Okay. British reference, the Oxford English Dictionary, probably a major reference work of the English language. The OED, and then a fraction of a joule would be an erg, so these are units of work in physics. And then how to become a whole new hue would be to dye your hair, maybe. And so this is obviously playing on the phrase a whole new you, but we've tweaked it slightly. Tony and Blank wedding, off-Broadway hit. Tony and Tina's wedding. Weirdly, I've met the guy who wrote this, who also played a part in this really great bit of interactive theater in San Francisco that ran for a few years called the Speakeasy, and I went to probably 3 or 4 times when I lived there. And the guy who played the mob boss, Sal, was the writer of Tony and Tina's Wedding, which I find fascinating. Anyway, I think if you live in or near San Francisco, the Speakeasy is just about to finally close, or just has done. So not much time to check it out. Food item quaintly is... actually not sure. Group of 3, a trio. There we go. So we've got a trio and a dyad earlier. Oh, and they're one's right above the other. That's nice. Clock setting standard, abbreviation. Greenwich Mean Time, probably. From the sort of prime meridian line that runs through Greenwich here in London. And dug up, if you dug up ore, you mined it. Oh, is this viand? That'll be, I guess, a quaint term for meat, maybe taken from the French. Hot, yeah, it is, okay, because hot toddy is a winter quaff, so it's a hot whiskey drink, which is very nice in the cold weather. Oop. Forgot we were completing the puzzle, but there we go. That was the Wednesday crossword. And let's just take a look at our theme. It's sort of scattered throughout the grid, isn't it? So we have, I suppose this is effectively our revealer. Hard patterns to break, or a punny description of the climbs up the circled letters, which are vicious cycles climbing up the Alps and the Pyrenees. And then we also had at least one other reference, didn't we? Yes, we did. We had a 3-week bike race, such as the one featured in this puzzle, a grand tour. I assume this is the Tour de France. And I think that was it. I think that was all we had thematically. And there we go. A very nice puzzle in honor of a cycling establishment. And there we go. That was the Wednesday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. And actually a fair bit of sort of European-related clues in terms of people and places and things like Chianti's and the Goya painting. Maybe there wasn't too... Oh, no, GMT. We had that as well. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. That was. Oh, and actually a reference to a Scottish name. So yeah, so we had little bits of sort of European reference throughout the puzzle. And there we go. That was the Wednesday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow with the Thursday crossword. where the theme takes a bit of a step up in complexity, very, very possibly. So join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.